Hey, good morning, Groovers. Monday morning in Australia, driving to work. I don't normally work on a Monday, so this is different and unusual. Sort of go live. I like going live, even if nobody joins me. It's not that I haven't had a live yet when nobody has, but I kind of like um, talking to myself. Oh, that sounded ridiculous. I don't know what point I was trying to make, but yeah, I find it kind of soothing. Oh, it's dreary for you, Trixie. Hey, Emery. Shannon, hello, beautiful girl. Throw some love up for Shannon. She's a real life friend of mine. Oh, not that you guys aren't, but I like to introduce the people that pop into my channel that you probably have never heard of because they're buddies of mine. Like in terms of you haven't seen them around the tubes. How's everyone today? First day of autumn here, or fall if you're an American. Yeah, it is a bit dreary, Trixie. It's only going to get to, well, it's going to get to 19, which isn't too bad. It's kind of mild, but it's kind of fitting that the first day of autumn is like this. I'm happy because it's rained overnight, so my water tank is full again. Woohoo! I do get very excited when it rains. So did Biscuit. She and I both love the rain, not the wind. Neither of us like the wind. Doesn't the wind make people grumpy? I hope everyone's well too, Anne-Marie. How are you doing? How's Dennis? What's news with him? How's Lucy, Shannon? We might as well talk about everyone's animals. So yeah, I can't believe it's already autumn. Like, this year's just flying. It's already been a full-on year for me. So if autumn is calm and beautiful, um, and you know those lovely crisp mornings, people start putting their open fireplaces and fire pots and all that sort of stuff. It's a nice season. I love all the seasons. Yeah, you're heading into another beautiful season. I mean, they're all gorgeous in their own way, but I think spring and autumn, the light is absolutely stunning in Tasmania in spring and autumn. A lot of photographers wait for those seasons to get photos. The downside, though, is it's getting darker in the morning, which I don't like. I love my beach walks, but it's still light enough. It's still getting light enough at the moment for me to do a quick beach walk, like just half an hour. But that's the thing that sucks in winter because I just don't like going through the sand dunes in the dark. Dennis is really good. Also, you can all use capital letters while I'm driving too, and I will try to check chat when I can. We're going to be in peak hour traffic at some point, so I'll be able to read comments as you guys who come with me on the drives know. It's making you lazy to sit home and drink. Hey, whatever it takes, man. I mean, I think it's kind of the seasons kind of give us opportunities to regroup, recharge, renew, and autumn's a bit like that because summer God forbid you sit inside all day when it's a beautiful day outside, but when you get a colder, wet autumn day, it's like stay in and nourish yourself a bit. I am in a bit of a black spot at the moment, so hopefully if I've cut out for you, I'll be back shortly. God, I'm hungry. I'm hoping I get into town with time to go and grab some breakfast. I've got an apple with me to eat in the car, but I've woken up with a massive appetite, which I'm excited about because when you're grieving, you really just put food in your mouth because you know you should be eating something. I'm regretting not making a smoothie to have in the car. I've got water and an apple, but I'm hungry. But one of my bosses is flying in today. I've got him here for 2 days, which will be really good because my job's getting to the point where I'm going to start managing files and hopefully in the next few weeks move from this paralegal role into the legal role. But it'd be really good just to pin him down because he's very busy and he's coming down so we can just focus on the Tassie files and get heaps of work done. So it's going to be really good. I know COVID's a bitch for enjoying the seasons, isn't it? Tassie's really beautiful in autumn though. So when I go on my little road trip, which won't be um, this week, although I'm thinking I might go away overnight this week, just for one night. And I was thinking of maybe going down to Port Arthur because that's very beautiful despite its horrible history. But it's also very pretty in autumn. But the autumn leaves haven't quite kicked in yet because we had a really lovely summer with a lot of rain, which is really unusual for Tassie. And but there's some parts of the state where the autumn leaves are stunning. It is good that I'm hungry. It's just bad I don't have any food with me right now, Emery. Well, I do. I've got an apple. You might all get to hear me doing a bit of, what is it, ASMR or mukbang. Just what you need, the sound of me crunching on an apple. Grown in the garden of a friend of mine though, so pesticide-free, insecticide-free, just pure, natural, yummy apple. What am I going to have for breakfast when I get into town? I'm going to get a smoothie or I'll get some yogurt with some granola, which is ridiculous because I've got yogurt and granola at home. I'm not used to getting ready on a Monday. Mondays are different every other day of the week, aren't they? I chose my outfit last night because I knew that being a Monday, I'd just be like, I don't want to wear this, I don't want to wear that. I'm not wearing what I had planned at all. I tried on about 4 different outfits, 5 probably, and faffed around. So tonight I shall be choosing my outfit and sticking to it in the morning. It's taking me a little while to get my head around wearing corporate clothing again or work clothes. But the thing I love about this firm is that they're a jeans and top sort of firm unless you've got to go to court, which I think is lovely because we're looking after workers, employees, and I like how approachable this firm is and how they get out and about and I don't know, if I went to see a lawyer and they were sitting there in some groovy jeans and a nice shirt, I'd feel a lot more relaxed than if I went into one of those traditional old law firms in big old dusty buildings with, floor to ceiling books and some old fart sitting there in a suit. This firm's very modern thinking. So I'm wearing Doc Martens, black sort of skinny leg pants and a nice top. But I'm comfy as, and I do like it. I like it when clients come in and they're like, oh, even my office is really modern and funky. It's not this little office tucked in the bowels of an old building. Very fresh and light and sort of all Swedish furniture, and I've got a really beautiful lamp, so I don't have overhead lights that are aggressive and nasty. I've got a really lovely, bright but soft light. In fact, the boss that's flying down today, when I first met him, it was the day of being there's funeral. He wanted to meet me at lunchtime, and I was like, oh, I don't have a funeral to go to. So I met him at the Hobart Airport, and originally he thought it was going to be like 5 o'clock. And then he messaged and said, oh, no, it's going to be 7. Is that a silly time for us to meet? I was like, oh, no, I want to meet you before you leave. Sort of good vibe. I mean, I already had a pretty good idea about this firm anyway, because I've dealt with them a lot in South Australia when I used to go there for work. And I said, look, it is a silly time, but I really want to meet you. And just so you know, I'm not going to be wearing anything corporate. And he's like, well, I'm in jeans and a shirt, and that's corporate attire for us. So it was a really hot day. So I just went there. I did actually put a slightly nicer dress on than my usual, sundresses and beach dresses. But you've transitioned to that. So, well, it makes more sense, like at the end of the day, I mean, lawyers can be really fucking intimidating anyway, but at the end of the day, in any job, your brain is the thing that makes you good at what you do, not your Chanel fucking handbag and stilettos, you know what I mean? And that whole power dressing thing is a bit passé these days because there's still no equal pay for men and women. And I think the whole power dressing thing, that movement was partly to say, look at us, we're powerful in our suits as well. But at the end of the day, like if you instruct a lawyer or if you are taking out insurance or whatever you're doing, and the person that you're buying real estate, whatever it is, and the person that you're dealing with is presenting smartly and neatly, but not in an intimidating fashion, you're going to be a lot more relaxed, which means you're going to connect better with that person. And then at the end of the day, it's that person's experience, intelligence, knowledge that you're paying for, not their designer tops, And there's a lot of, peer-reviewed stuff out there now that proves that people that are more comfortable at work are way more productive and happier. That's why they brought in Casual Fridays. The productivity levels, the traffic is really backed up today. There is another way I could go. That car that's just reversing and going the other way is changing their mind, but do I go via? No, I don't. It does add about 10 minutes to the trip, but I reckon the delay here will be 10 minutes. So you're having crumpets for brekkie when you get it. Yum. I love crumpets. Do you have them with butter and jam
Or do you have them with Vegemite? Butter and Vegemite? There's a cool timber house. My house is a timber house. There's two new timber houses on the right that you guys can't see, but they're really gorgeous. Crumpets are yummy. Got to get the butter on them while they're hot, and all the butter melts into the little holes. Yummy. The bottom's got to be slightly burnt. I'm addicted to these peppermints, but the pepper in them makes me cough all the time. Exactly, Shannon. I mean, that's the other thing with COVID, like people that were still forced to get all dressed up and go and sit in an isolated office and not deal with any people. It's like, what the fuck? Let them go to work in jeans. I mean, even the people that started working from home, some of them were like, quite open about, hey, here I am working in my pajamas. And they were still more productive. Like Fridays are not a productive day anyway. But casual Fridays were brought in, and the productivity level, even though it wasn't reaching the same sort of heights that the other days of the week, people were still more productive on casual Fridays than going to the office in a suit Fridays. Crumpet. Little Crumpet, the kitten that a friend of mine flicked a message and said, oh my God, it's an omen. You had Biscuit, now you've got to get Crumpet, which I thought was cute, but I don't want to get a kitten. I'm happy to keep rescuing the old chooks. But I thought about it this morning. I was kind of thinking I'd get one in the next few weeks, but I'm going to wait till after Easter and have a think about it, because this job, I'm going to be traveling a little bit, not as much as I used to, but there will be some traveling. And not that I mind putting a cat into, boarding for a couple of days or getting a house sitter or something like that. I wouldn't do that with Biscuit, because Biscuit had, this massive regime of medicine she needed to take to survive. You had a cat named Crumpet. Cute. We're going to be crawling. The thing that sucks about us crawling, guys, is I probably won't get much time to grab anything, any food. So what I probably will do is go to the cafe right near my office and just get like a coffee and a bagel. That's probably what I'm going to have. I don't think my boss gets in till about 11 o'clock today. So he probably won't be at the office till like lunchtime. But he's here all day tomorrow. We're seeing quite a few clients tomorrow and stuff. But one thing that she was a Burmese, like Burman, so like a Burmese. She died. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about maybe just putting off getting another one for a little while, because I do want to keep rescuing the old ones, but the reality is they're going to keep dying, and it's such a full-on pain and agony that you feel. And I don't know, I mean, maybe the next one, because I'll be working and they'll, we'll spend time together when I'm home, but they're going to have to get used to sleeping all day when I'm not around. Whereas Biscuit and I were together the whole time. She was my COVID cat. So we self-isolated and, spent a lot of time together. But yeah, the downside of getting the oldies is they do end up getting health problems. And I mean, I probably wouldn't. The other reason I might just wait a little while is just so I get my kitty emergency fund back up again, because that's a little bit empty now. It was worth it, but don't take on a cat if you're not going to be able to afford any sort of sudden issues. Poor Poor Biscuit, she had so many meds and stuff. But yeah, so this little kitten Crumpet got adopted the other day. In fact, heaps of cats got adopted. None of the oldies, which made me sad, but this is from 10 Lives. But yeah, I will get another one. But what I was saying with the pain, I feel like Biscuit was kind of my, she was a bit of my therapy cat, really, and my constant companion. And obviously I'll be sad if I get another one and they die, but I think Biscuit and I just had such a strong bond. I mean, we were inseparable. And it was becoming not stressful, but I didn't like leaving her at home alone and going to work. And as much as I loved going to work and I'm excited about my new job, we had been together pretty much round the clock for, the whole time she was at my house, except for a couple of nights, individual nights that I stayed in town after dinner parties, and I went to Torquay in Victoria for 2 days at the start of last year, and my friend Laura house sat. But that was before Biscuit got really sick. She wasn't on any meds at that point. She was on her metabolic diet, so her food was very closely sort of monitored, but yeah, she wasn't at that point diagnosed with any illnesses or medicated at all. So, but to ask a friend to house sit and administer 10 different types of medications a day, 3 times a day, that sort of shit, no. So I would have been very much conflicted if Biscuit was still alive about any travel that I had to do for work or increasing the days that I'm working, all of that sort of stuff. So the timing felt right. But yeah, maybe with the next floof, even though I'll be sad when they go, although I'll probably be heartbroken. I get so attached, and I'm a highly sensitive person at the best of times. So, but I also love the thought of giving these old girls and boys a happy couple of years down at the beach, rolling around on the deck in the sun. Biscuit was having the time of her life. I found so many videos of her when I brought her home, and I've forgotten how big she was. I'm so proud of the fact that she and I together got her weight off, and it sort of sucked that she lost the weight and then she had all of these health issues because she'd been obese. She was 12 kilos when she was surrendered, and the cat home wouldn't put her up for adoption until she was 9 kilos, which is when I got her. And then we together, she lost another 3 kilos and was a happy little 6-kilo cat for a while. But yeah, it was so sad that the obesity and everything else had led to this combination of pretty bad health issues. And like the vet said to me last year when she was diagnosed, she's so sick at the moment, even though acting that sick, but the vet was like, her heart could stop beating at any moment. And then when she was given all of her drugs and was sent home with her, I said to the vet, well, what's the deal now with her heart? And she said, no difference. Like her heart could still stop beating at any moment. But she ended up kicking on for another 8 months. So, and in the end, it really was her heart that caused not the problems, but her treatment was so complex because of her heart issues, and it was just a balancing act. And if she had have come home, chat seems to have frozen. Sucks. Because I'm just crapping on now. Look how beautiful the causeway, the water is this morning. It's still not one of those crystal clear glassy mornings that I'm hoping you guys will see soon, but it's pretty stunning. Or maybe nobody's chatting. Shouldn't say the chat's frozen. Maybe. Sucks too, because up here at Midway Point, there's usually this amazing donut van, Circle of Life donuts. Oh my God, they're amazing. But if I stopped now to get some, it would probably add another half an hour to my trip just to get back into the traffic. Might just have to eat my apple. Oh, crunchy apple, get in my face. Polish it up on my pants a little bit. So what are you groovers all doing on a Sunday? I shouldn't ask you questions because, yeah, no one's chatting. Yum. There's nothing better than a homegrown apple. Oh my God. Welcome to Traces of Nuts, a channel of little interaction while I crunch on an apple. The lady in the car behind me has got a very big forehead. Like, I thought her visor was down, but it's actually her forehead as well. Sitting in the park having a drink. How nice. That sounds like the perfect Sunday. We're crawling in traffic, observing a gigantic forehead. The geese are all migrating north and there's shit everywhere. God damn it, geese. God damn it, you flying poop machines. Look at the sky. Even though it's cloudy, it's still so pretty. It annoys me that StreamYard's such a long, wide angle shot because sometimes I really hope that you can see things I can see, but then I look at the screen and there's no way in hell. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know, but on my phone it looks like you won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the upside is you get these incredible panoramic sort of views. It's one of the good things about the rain is all if there is any geese shit, it's been washed away. Hello, Ruth. Yes, big sky views. That's the trade-off for it being such a big shot. Well, you don't get to see things up close, but you do get to see these amazing skies and me crawling along in traffic. Kind of envying all the people that are driving past in the opposite direction. Not because they're moving faster than we are, but because they're all driving to work and they all work down my way. I love Hobart and I've had a ball living in Hobart, but to be honest, if it wasn't for this job, if I was told I never had to go to Hobart again, I wouldn't be sad about it. I shouldn't say that. It's a lovely city. But when you live down where I live, everyone down there just wants to stay down there because it's paradise. The only thing that sucks about the city is it's just full of people, you know. But you know, if I was going into work 5 days a week, I'd be like, be his. But I'm only doing a couple of days a week at the moment, so it's bearable. And it'll be bearable even if I go up to 4 days, but I'm not going past 4 days. I've still got another year probably of recovering from my burnout, so I don't want to head back down burnout road anytime soon. And I do need those days off. Adrenal burnout is a bitch. Don't do it to yourselves, grievers. If you're doing too much and you know it, then speak up and delegate. Ask for some of your chores to be chores, like your jobs at work, to be given to somebody else who's a bit quieter than you are. Because the problem with adrenal burnout is you don't know you've burnt out till you burn out. Like, even if you feel busy and you feel a bit overwhelmed at times and a bit stressed or whatever, the flags don't go up. It's only when you're suddenly not functioning that you're like, something's wrong with me. And then if you're burnt out, you're in for a long recovery, if you ever fully recover. Especially if you suddenly have things like debilitating situational anxiety and depression and all sorts of other things that come with it. It's a really nasty place to get trapped in. So put yourself and your health first. Don't put your job and your clients first, which is what I did. Because you end up neglecting yourself. And yeah, it was too late when I burnt out to actually go, hang on, I'm burning out. I have been calling out for help and stuff, saying I needed some assistance. I could see that it was getting too full on, and I was told to speak up if it got full on. Exactly, no job's worth burning out. Yeah, exactly. That expression is so valid that, yeah, if you cark it, there'll be an ad for your job up before your funeral notice. So true. Took me a while to learn that, but at least I've learned it now. And the thing that's great about this firm is they have every morning, and I'm lucky because we're half an hour ahead of South Australia, but at 7 minutes to 9 in South Australia, so 23 past 9 for me, everybody checks in and they do a bit of a, you know, they go around all the offices. They've got a lot of regional offices and check in on everyone. And if someone's rung in sick or somebody's got too much on their plate or there's an emergency like a matter in the Supreme Court that's brought forward and someone's tied up with that, they sort of mention it and then someone else will go, I'll handle your clients today, or who's got a quiet workload, can someone help out on this file? It's really cool. Like and it's every day, so they manage the workload. And if someone's like, I've got so much on my plate at the moment, I need some help, someone else will be like, I'm quiet today because this hearing got postponed, flick some work my way. Like, it's really good. Another reason why I really like this firm, like they just do actually look out for you, and I'm hoping that this is the last job I'll ever have. I'd like to retire from this job. Oh, Anne-Marie, I haven't talked about my work today, but I'm I mean, I have just now, but I've gone back to being a community lawyer. I'll be able to tell you more about it when it's all official, and because I'm kind of in a see how you go. They're very well at what I've been through in the last 18 months, which is awesome. But it's a case of just seeing how I've been going, going into work a couple of days a week, how I'm managing my workload, if I'm, getting anxious or anything like that. And I'm not. I'm actually, despite having 3 deaths in the last 2 months, and obviously most recently beautiful Biscuit, barely a week ago, I've actually been able to get to work and function. And I'm working in an amazing building with a lot of people that I was doing a work placement with at the end of last year, but the whole building is organisations and unions who are all working for workers and employees. So I'm in a really great environment as well. There's a lot of support from all of them. I'm not sitting in an office on my own in the city without anyone to talk to, and even when you just pop into the kitchen to make a cuppa. I've now got colleagues and friends, even though they don't work for the firm I'm working for. There's people in the building with me as well, and they've all got the same mission, which is to protect workers. So it's all just, the universe is really delivered. And so despite the 3 deaths this year, I've also ended up getting a job working for a firm that are very progressive. It feels very much like a family. They look after their staff. It's so refreshing. Yeah, well, my research into burnout and the book I've got and everything else, it's not surprising the majority of the information I found about burnout was in the US. I hate these assholes. It's 60. Everyone's doing 60 because that's the limit at the moment with roadworks. Why does that little fucking green car think they're the exception to the rule, right? I hate that sort of shit. I hate the word hate. But people like that are assholes. Or as we say in Australia, assholes. You're an asshole. Yeah, well, and where are the cops? There's signs up saying police monitor roadworks. It's like, well, where are you? Start finding these fuckers. Just look after yourself. That's good advice for all of us. It gives me great comfort to know that I work for a firm where speaking up and saying, I'm not coping, I've got too much on my plate, this is making me anxious, or whatever you need to say, they're actually going to listen and they're going to address it and they're going to problem solve it and look out for you. What a refreshing concept. Certainly not been the case in my experience. Even when I was meant to work last week on the Tuesday and Biscuit had died on the previous Thursday, and I just knew driving into town that I wasn't okay. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to work. And so I contacted my boss and he was like, I hadn't told them about Biscuit because like in the time I've worked with them, I've had 2 funerals. Visiting Birdie before she died, before I went out to dinner with them one night. Didn't really want to tell them about the Biscuit stuff. But I said, I feel like you guys would think I'm just surrounded by death. And he was great. He said, like you've had a full-on start to the year, fully understand
I hope this job is going to bring you a lot of happiness and, that good things are coming. And I was like, yeah, I'm already excited about this job. It's not quite able to muster up my happy dance yet. But just the way he handled it, there was no, nope, you've got to work today and you go. Like, he was just like, good on you for letting me know, and we'll deal with the adjustment in your calendar if you've got any appointments, and everything was sorted out for me, and I went in the next day and got on with it. How lucky am I? Not only do they care about their staff, but they work in an area where we care about other workers and their rights, and making sure that they're protected and compensated and treated with empathy, and so it's not only is it an incredibly healthy work environment, but the work we're doing is also feel good work. Like, I'm going to make people's lives better. And I'm going to treat them with empathy and kindness because I know exactly what they're going through. Oh yeah, you keep speeding through. You just sit. Where's the cops? He knows jerks. He's like, fuck. Here comes another one. For some reason, everyone else doing 70, but this fucker. Like, asshole. Which lane? Which lane? Which lane? Which lane? This lane. No, I'm gonna go back in this lane. And look at the jerky speeding cars. That green car is just up ahead of me. Didn't get your speeding. Didn't get you ahead of everyone. I know that our police are too busy to be sitting around pinging people for speeding, but fuck, I wish they'd just do it once in a blue moon. Just so the word got out, be like, oh yeah, the police are actually handing out tickets if you speed through roadworks. Just once every couple of months would be good. But like all parts of the world, our police are under-resourced and overworked, and that's why I can't handle all the cop calling and swatting and everything that happens on YouTube. Like, not only is it putting people in danger by doing that, but also it's taking vital resources away from people who actually need help, and people are legitimately becoming victims of crimes, and the police are off because some fuckwit on YouTube doesn't like someone and they've called the cops on them. It's so disgusting. I can't even imagine cops here if they got a call from someone going, there's a person on YouTube. They'd be like, yeah, whatever. Bit busy right now. Bye, beautiful Trixie. Enjoy your drinking in the park if you're still doing that with the goose shit. But yeah, the swatting stuff is it blows my mind. It's like we're very aware of how overworked and under-resourced our
all of our emergency services are, and whether it's ambulances, the cops, fireys, you name it. So these sort of fake reports and taking them away from doing their job and actually helping and protecting the public is disgusting. It's disgusting. And guaranteed those YouTubers that do the swattings, that like ring the cops and send them to people's homes and stuff, they're the same people that if something happened to someone in their family and that person ended up dying because the cops didn't get there in time or the ambulance, they would be the first people to go online and whinge about the cops or the fireys or the ambos not getting there in time. You know, and that's what pisses me off. It's like people when there's an ambulance in traffic, the people that don't pull over to let the ambulances through, you know that they'd be the same people if a family member of theirs died because the ambo didn't get there in time, they're the ones that are going to go on a current affair type TV shows and bitch about the ambulance not getting there in time. It's a horrible part of human nature. Like, not all humans are like that, but there are a lot of people that are like that. And I just think, the swatting on YouTube, the people that are doing that, God forbid something ever happened to them or their family because the police were busy attending a YouTube creator's home and didn't rush to their aid, you'd never hear the end of it. Some people are just fucking assholes. And most of them are on Facebook. Isn't Facebook just a giant pile of shit these days? Oh my God. We've all been seeing it falling apart in the last decade. All these assholes finally have a voice and get to be pricks every day on. Yeah, hey Kylie, I know, morning traffic. Cool though, because I can read chat. I like going live when I'm driving in. It's good. I'm still not really. I kept trying to listen to music and podcasts and stuff to deal with Biscuit and Birdie. And I just found the sound, even if it was a really gentle thing, like even if it was, sort of meditation music, I just found it so loud and invasive and it didn't make me feel calm. So I used to listen to podcasts when I used to have to drive in this traffic, but I prefer to go live. Exactly. Ruth, hate book, fight book, fuck book, cunt book. It's fucking horrible. It's horrible. Shannon, who was in earlier with me in chat, she's a moderator in my community that I talk about a fair bit on Facebook. And we keep getting zooked, like members get zooked for doing all these things, but we've also had admins getting zooked for enforcing rules, and it pisses me off that there's all this grooming going on. People can go live while they're bloody killing, people in a mosque and all sorts of horrible shit going on. That hideous streamer who essentially murdered his girlfriend by putting her out in the Russian winter in her underwear, and all of that stuff's been streamed and everything else. A moderator in my group just reminds a member about the rules, or I did, and boom, zooked for bullying. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? It's a horrible place. I'd love to leave it tomorrow. I really would. I'm going to build a bunker, a website, which is basically a bunker for all of the members in my group. And I'm just going to say to them, there won't be much happening on it at the moment. Just sign in, whatever you have to. Don't have to sign in, but just join it. Because if we implode, and we could implode because the message from Zuckerberg is, your group's in jeopardy if your moderators keep breaking our community standards. It's like, these are our rules. If you if you think our rules are out of line, then maybe review them and tell us which ones go against your community standards, because none of them do. It is insane, and yeah, they are bots, and there's no as you know, Shannon, there's no recourse for us if we get zooked. There's no appeal process. You can't. There's nothing you can do, even with the ones we've had so far, to say, "Oh, come on, fair crack of the whip. We're moderators, and these are the rules of the group. If there's a problem with our rules, tell us what it is, and we'll fix it." You know, I don't want to get my over a decade of work erased because I asked a member to follow the rules. Fuck that noise. Butthead has been in hospital. Oh no, is Butthead better? I've kind of moved into another area of YouTube where I'm getting a lot of laughs, Kylie. I've got to say, Karma's a bitch, and I'm really loving watching some Karma unravel right now. And it's nothing to do with the true crime community or the drama community. It's completely different, and it's fucking fantastic. Well, it is actually connected to the true crime community, but it's not the Diane's channel bullshit. I'm so bored with that. So bored with that. I did put on yesterday morning. I haven't watched her or listened to her for a long time, but I did put Molly Golightly on yesterday morning while I was pottering around doing some domestic stuff, and she had this woman on who is out to sort of get justice for Bella and Cece. She didn't really mention Nico or Shanann Watts, but she had some pretty wackadoo theories and observations, and it was quite entertaining to listen to it, I've got to say. The chicken group got shut down for offering. Bloody hell. I mean, yeah, fuck Facebook, honestly. It's just the most horrible place now, and ugh. I mean, it's given assholes a voice for way too long. I had people, having a go at me when Biscuit was sick. I had people, "Oh, your post this morning was positive. Now it's negative. I'm confused. Start a new thread with a new topic." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Instead of racing to my dying cat, sorry I didn't stop and sit down and open up Facebook and fucking start a whole new thread so I didn't confuse you. People just whinge about shit. Oh my God, the Molly losing her shit. I know, that was something else, wasn't it? That was something else. That was a reaction that did not match that was an overreaction. Fucking hell, that was full on. Probably would have been a bit further along if I had stayed in the other lane, but anyway. That's all right. He's all good now? Oh, awesome. Yeah, Molly losing her shit was bad. God, that was bad. And stuff like that makes me get a bit anxious, I've got to admit. Like, I used to think train wrecks were hilarious, and still do think there are probably train wrecks that will happen that are quite funny, but that was not a good train wreck. That was stressful. That was stressful. Couldn't look away from it, but it was stressful. Didn't see it coming either. That came out of nowhere. Fuck me dead. I was quite enjoying watching Molly and Truthfully Trisha. I thought, look at these two bimbos. This is quite entertaining. And then, fuck. But there are some other channels that are on a mission to not to bring down. Well, I mean, maybe they do have those intentions, but they're just pointing out some things that another creator is doing that are very dubious, especially considering that person's past, and they're doing it with a lot of comedy thrown in, and it's just been very entertaining, I've got to say. Very entertaining. I'm at that point now. If it's not entertaining, I don't want to know about it. There's a few creators I used to like watching because I found them entertaining, but they've become so self-absorbed that every time they go live, they just, and now I feel like I could be talking about myself because I have been talking about myself driving in, but what else are you going to do? We're just having a chat, right? We've talked about goose shit and other stuff, Facebook, but yeah, a few of them now, it's just like if you take a shot every time they start a sentence with I, you'll be drunk in the first 5 minutes, and it's boring. It's like, yeah, we've heard this before. Broken record recordings at your service, like yawn. Can't be bothered. You've told us this before. You've made your point. Yes, you feel it's all about you. I. Boring. Next. Really boring. Especially when they're, you know, they might be right to be pissed off about something because they've been picked on or whatever. Make your point. But acknowledge that there are other people that have been disadvantaged or picked on or ripped off or abused or whatever by these fuckers as well. It's just a big yawn. And it's exhausting listening to a person starting nearly every sentence with I this, I that, yeah, whatever. I find you boring and tedious now. Goodbye. One of my uncles taught me that when I started doing stand-up comedy, and I used it in radio as well, is to try to start your sentences with anything but I. So, for example, doing comedy or radio, you want to connect with your audience. So if you start a sentence along the lines of, you know, when you're walking through town and you see a person and they stop right in front of you because they're on their phone, or have you ever felt such and such when such and such happens, or what do you think the outcome would be if we did this? Like, it changes everything. It changes everything. Your audience is engaged, they feel included, their brains are being like ignited to think of that scenario and how they would handle it. Discussion ensues. Chats will all be people going, yeah, I agree with that, or I relate to that, or that's what I feel like. And when the people that you're addressing start saying I, it's a good thing because they're connecting with you and they're telling you stuff about themselves. Oh, I know, she did lose it, man. The C word, she was on fire. I thought she had a brain chip because it's already 8:25. This has been the slowest trip in. This is Monday. I reckon people on Monday faff around and end up all leaving at the same time, and this is why I'm not a Monday person normally. This is why when I was asked what days I'd like to work, Monday wasn't even a factor. Although it was kind of strategic too, because Monday gives the admins an opportunity to make appointments and, you know, fill the 2 days that I'm working with appointments rather than me starting on Monday and they're getting all the calls for appointments and I've only got Tuesday and then I'm not there for another week. It made more sense. Me too, Kylie. The Diane shit is exactly that. It's just shit. I mean, she's never going to show receipts. She's never going to probably show a face. Well, she's never shown a face, but she probably won't ever come back on. She'll probably create another channel in another community. Who cares? You know, it was on. I mean, it was obvious when all that scandal was unraveling that she wasn't going to do anything, because it took her so long before she even spoke publicly. And then that whole conversation in Discord with Wendy, and you know, how contrived did that sound? Like, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to take the brunt for this, and the blame for this, and I just did something slightly illegal, but someone behind me did it even earlier than I crossed on a bold line. But you know, sometimes you just got to seize the day. But yeah, who cares? At the end of the day, scum, 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 and the other people that are still crapping on about it and going live are enjoying the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 people that are tuning in that still for some reason want to know. I mean, boring. That's what I'm saying. I've found some people that are really cracking me up, and particularly because it involves someone who kind of made my life unpleasant for a long time. And their mods certainly made my life unpleasant for an even longer time. And even their former mods made my life unpleasant. So I'm kind of enjoying watching the shit show, and it's a funny one. Some of the funniest shit I've ever heard on YouTube has happened in the last 24 hours. I can't get enough of it. It's highly entertaining. And I don't tune into YouTube to hear people lose their shit and just whinging over and over and over again about the same stuff. Boring. I want to laugh. I want entertainment. I used to follow creators on YouTube that I don't even really like as people, but because they were entertaining, I'd watch them. She's probably got other channels. I agree, Ruth. Hello, Scouting Choir. Been a slow trip into Hobart Town this morning. I took the right gear, Tori. Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow trip in. It's the longest it's taken. So it's already, like, I've been on the road for an hour and I'm still not at my car park. Monday mornings. This is why, yeah, Monday. God damn, my boss. Why is my boss flying on a Monday? What an idiot. What are you doing, mate? I'll be discouraging this silliness in future. You might have something in court or something later in the week back in Adelaide. I don't know. I mean, I'll get to work on time. I'm not panicked. And we've actually got a fabulous share kitchen where I work. It's like it's stocked. It's got a pantry, and it's got basic sort of stuff. But I mean, you can also buy things. But you know, you can make a toasted sandwich or have a muesli bar. Or they've got little tubs of yogurt, little chia pods. So there's something I'll be able to get when I get to work. But I'm probably not going to be able to pop into my favourite coffee shop and get a smoothie or a treat. The sky is awesome, isn't it? I love days like this. Beautiful. First day of autumn. (17°C), so it's not cold, but it's not hot either. It's just that sort of mild autumn weather. Facebook has got way too many Karens. You must be behind, Kylie. No, because we were chatting about MGL. Yeah, Facebook, Schmacebook. I've got to try and migrate my group um, onto a website, or maybe even over to Twitch and start doing, sort of a live platform for that group rather than I don't know. I've got to have a look at a few options, but I'm getting off Facebook. I'm only on Facebook because of that group. I even thought about just creating a new profile purely for that and a couple of other groups that I belong in, like my community groups, and that's it. Don't have friends on there. I do want to print off the birthday calendar though. Sit down one day and just go through the birthday calendar and put people in my birthday book, like my actual friends. Something like 2,000 people on my Facebook page. I don't know most of them really. I mean, I know them from Facebook, but you get a bit sick of having to write happy birthday to people that you really don't know that well anyway. I had a birthday a few weeks ago. I had something like 27 people on my Facebook at that birthday. I was like, what the fuck? That's work. So I just messaged a few people that I know kind of a bit, and rang the people that I know really well and just ignored all the others. I don't like that Facebook birthdays make you feel obligated to. Well, I don't like that people wish you a happy birthday on Facebook when they've got your phone number. Call them and sing happy birthday to them really badly. They'll love it. Trust me. Well, I think my friends love it when I do it. I don't really care if they don't. I know some really nice Karens too, but I also know some Karens. One of my friends has a sister called Karen, and we were chatting the other night on the phone, and she's got two sisters. And she started saying, oh, my sister, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, which sister? And she's like, Karen. And I'm like, of course it was Karen. Of course. Her Karen is a bit of a Karen. You almost had spring today. We've definitely got autumn here today. Although the leaves aren't, the park that's on the left of me, which is beautiful, St David's Park, there's not a lot of autumn leaves happening yet. Some of them are starting to change colour, but not quite. I love autumn leaves. I love going to that park and kicking the leaves. Like, not the ones that are still on the tree, the ones that have fallen. Creatures to pet before we die. That sounds cool. I'm in a really great pet group on Facebook too, Pets of Isolation. Biscuit is the cover girl at the moment on there. They put a little RIP Biscuit in the date, but they got the wrong date. Not that I care, it doesn't matter. But they used a photo of her sitting on the couch like a human being, and she's actually cleaning her stomach, but she looks like she's laughing. It's a really cute photo. I put it on my Facebook too, to thank everyone for all of their love and messages. I thought, yep, Biscuit's got to get the last laugh. And my community group I love, like the local community pages, the buy and sell, but also the what's going on in our neighbourhood kind of stuff. But yeah, there's not a lot of other stuff on there that I find much joy in. My groups, obviously, but I think I might just create a new Facebook and just put my closest friends on there, because I really like Messenger. And you can have that without Facebook. I like being able to call friends all over the world and send gifts and all of that. Like, Messenger is awesome. But Facebook, ugh, fuck book, fight book, hate book, shit book, cunt book. Fuck it. I don't hate anything. I dislike it intensely. No, actually, I probably do actually hate Facebook, to be honest. Might have to revisit my I don't hate anything stance, because I think I do actually hate it. It's horrible. Horrible. But I had people arguing with me when Biscuit was clinging to life. Like, fuck off. Sorry, I confused your stupid brain. Could you maybe just brain yourself and not have a go at me? Could you maybe admit you're confused because you're stupid? Yeah, I like messenger groups too. They're fun. My sisters, like my sister and my sister-in-law and my niece and I, we're all in one and the sissies, and I love it. And my mod's in my child-free group. We've got one, and it used to be a lot more active than it is now, but I still love it. I will probably have time to grab something at straight up before I go into the office. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It wasn't a very exciting live, but bit of drive therapy is always a good way to start the day. Going to have a busy day when my boss arrives. He's a triathlete, so he loves eating. So there'll be a lot of eating going on. There'll be a whole lot of eating going on and a lot of work too. But I'm excited about that because he hasn't been here and I've got files that need things to be done, and it'd be great just to sit down with him. And he's learning the system down here as well. We're both kind of got our L plates on. So it's going to be nice sort of getting to know how things work down here, because I'm working in an area of law that I worked in Adelaide where, oh shit, I've gone up one level too many. Wasn't thinking. Yeah, the area of law that I'm working in, I've worked in before, but in Adelaide where the firm is, and so we're both sort of learning how it works down here, and it's a really cool learning curve. Right, back where I should have been. Hopefully there's going to be a park. I'll be pissed if everyone comes down here and there's no parks. Oh shit, they're all reserved by the looks of it. Damn. God damn it. Reserved. Oh, well, I am going back to where I came from. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, I'm glad I'm at work safe and sound too. But this is the downside of getting here a bit later than usual. Monday's traffic does suck, hey. I mean, at least I'm here, and at least I'm not late. But if the call for me was at 7 minutes to 9, I'd be running my little tushy off down to the office pretty fast to get there to be in time for the call. That's the one advantage of being half an hour ahead of them, I guess. Wow, this is dark. I have to put my lights on. This is like the cavern of doom. It's so dark up here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, cool. That's not reserved. Honestly, if I was going to go up the next level, it's like jet black. Getting a bit of exercise today, going down the ramps. There's a stairwell, but some of you came with me down at one time. It is the scariest stairwell in the car park. I mean, I kind of like all the graffiti and dark gothic-y kind of weird shit, but no, it was creepy. It was too creepy for me. You love eating? We all love eating. Oh fuck, I haven't grabbed all the shit I need yet. That's something I normally do in traffic, is I'm like, what do I need today? And I chuck it all in my little, because I've got a basket that I bring in with me, and I gradually chuck it all into my satchel, and I haven't done that. I need my water. I definitely need my wallet. Put the ticket in, turn my lights off. I can always pop back here if there's something I forget, but yeah, try to take everything with me. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you all have a lovely Sunday, and No drama, hopefully, for any of you. I need some lip gloss. Some sunnies. I think that's all I need. Wallet, check. Phone, check. Glasses, check. Pens, check. Lip balm, check. All right, we've got everything. And I haven't got not lipstick, but like tinted lip balm. Now I've got that. Good to go. Look at me go. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good Monday for those of you who are in Monday morning mode. Great Sunday evening for those of you in Sunday places. I don't have anything really exciting to end this on except to say stay groovy, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye, beautiful people. I'm off to quickly grab a coffee and a bagel. See you soon.